John Heyman leading the league in information, no pressure. Yes or no? How many hours of sleep do you get?
Oh, 4 or 5.
4 or 5?
Yeah.
That's not bad.
Not terrible.
We heard last night that Shohei Ohtani met with the Blue Jays on Monday. Where are we at right now? Give us the latest.
Yeah, well, we're just reading tea leaves, but I think that's a big development. If I were to read the tea leaves, hopefully accurately at this point, I would say the Dodgers and the Jays have an excellent chance to land the best player in baseball. Again, we don't know much. We do know he took the trouble to go to Dunedin to meet with the Jays, and I have heard from a teammate of his that he does like the idea of Toronto and the Jays. Now, I just heard that now, but this is something he said before the meeting. I'm sure the meeting didn't change that, and I think they are a real player in this, as are the Dodgers. We will see with the Cubs, Giants, the incumbent Angels, also still involved as far as we know.
Is it fair to assume that because he's still meeting with a team that any deal is not imminent within the coming days? I mean, if he's meeting with Toronto on Monday, is that fair assumption?
Yeah, I wouldn't assume anything at this point. You know, maybe something happens in one of these meetings and he says, you know what, we're going to shake hands and we have a deal. So could happen today, tomorrow, the next day. It could take a week. I don't think it's going to take that much longer because I've heard that the bidding is up into the $550 million range. Could hit $600 million, but it seems very serious at this point when we're talking about that kind of money.
You know, if his decision is the Blue Jays, there is a serious trickle-down effect, right, for Juan Soto and the Yankees. How does it affect that whole situation?
Yeah, it affects everything that's happening here.
It really does.
There's a reason why it's slow, because everybody's waiting on this.
But why?
deal.
If you're the 26 teams that aren't in, explain that to me.
Yeah, well, you know, the agents want to involve all teams. When they have players that they represent, they want to involve the Cubs, the Angels, the Giants, the Dodgers, and the Jays. They don't want to leave them out. And right now, they're out because they're concentrating on Ohtani. So he is holding everything up at this point. Soto, last I heard as of this morning, still no progress with the Yankees. I think the Jays obviously affected by the situation. They've got Ohtani right now. That's their guy. So, you know, until they find out they're not in on Ohtani, I think they're not really a player for Soto. But once they find out, they can dive in. I've heard there are 5 teams in on Soto, but again, we're all waiting on Ohtani.
Sure.
I don't blame him. He's the best player in the game. Even if he's not, it's not his doing. He can do what he wants.
If you're the Padres and you need that deal, are there that many suitors that you could ask for the world if you're San Diego and stand pat? How about that?
Yeah, I mean, you can ask for the world, but I'm not sure that they can stand pat. You know, it's probably about $32 million in arbitration. They need to pick up 5 pitchers. Their payroll was $249 million last year. I'm not sure that they really have the option of keeping him. Maybe they do. Maybe they can keep him at least to the deadline and then trade him at that point. But the other teams at least feel that he's probably going to get traded. And even somebody with San Diego told me better than 50-50 that he does get moved.
John Heyman with the very latest.